يا مرحبا يا مرحبا، ترتيبة كلها لش. هلا والله حبيبي عبد المجيد، حياك يا حب. يا هلا والله يا شباب. عليكم السلام حبيبي، يا مرحبا يا مرحبا. حياكم، يسلم يسلم يا قلبي يسلم. الله الله يا عيال، المسابقة بدت يا عيال، يا عيال المسابقة بدت.
Click down using a USB 3 OBS Studio whatsoever. Add the Canon camera as your webcam for your digital, and then setting it to movie instead of picture taking mode. Plug in the USB cable to your camera and then to your computer.
شباب المسابقة يا شباب، يا شباب المسابقة. حيو هيرو حبيبي، يا لبا يا لبا يا بعد روحي انا والله. والله يا عيال شوف في حركة، انا مسوي ذكي على الكاميرا، مسوي ذكي.
Again, if you're on a newer camera with USB Type-C, you do want to be using a USB 3.0 port on your computer. A little notification for it. It is set up and ready. Now, if you want to add the port on your computer, you'll see it pops up that it's detecting your camera.
لو زبطت تشوفوني اليوم بشكل مختلف.
And that it's installing. Now, if you're streaming application, for example, I am Canon 60, I recommend leaving it on device default.
هلا والله ملكة بحجابي، حيو. الله زبطت يا عيال صراحة. الحين بس باقي ايش؟ باقي حاجة واحدة، نشغل الإضاءة. ايش رايكم بالكاميرا؟
You can choose, and then I would change enabled. from my camera. 2.01. And then I would change color space to Rec 709. And for color range, I would leave on default because it's probably going to load in what's best for it. Give it a second here. And there we go. It has loaded. Because it's probably going to load in what's best for it. Give it a second here. And there we go. It has loaded in the result from my camera. I'm going to go ahead and fill the screen because it is lowering, like I said, loading a lower resolution. We do have an image straight out of my Canon camera with dual pixel autofocus enabled. Doesn't look too bad. Obviously, my lighting's a little off because it's facing the wrong way, but that's fine. So, something you may notice is my color isn't exactly right in this camera, and that's because I typically use a LUT. Now, if you're using OBS Studio specifically, you can actually use a LUT with your camera. So if you have it set to a specific color mode or whatever, and you want to modify it from there, in OBS, you can right-click it, go to Filters, and then under Effect Filters, click Plus, Apply LUT. And you can use .cube or .png LUTs. And click OK, and then find the LUT that I work with. And there we go. That's a little bit better. You will need, of course, to tweak your exposure and your white balance settings and all of that in order to best meet your current environment. There we go. That looks about right for me. And now we have a video feed with our camera coming in. Now, something you will notice in my instance specifically, it is not loading in audio. There's no audio coming through here. So I'm going to mute out this device. At least in OBS Studio, it does not seem to load any audio from your camera. And trying to choose a custom audio device, it does not look like the EOS webcam utility beta registers an audio device at all. So there's nothing to choose from to get audio coming from this camera. You will have to use audio from an external source. So that's worth keeping in mind. A couple other limitations you might want to keep note of is it doesn't seem to work in the Windows camera app. So you can't use it for that kind of basic recordings. And I ran into an issue here with it not loading in Discord. I will try it again real quick here now that I know it's working in OBS. But using it in Discord, at least testing the preview, I'm getting a black screen. It's not compatible, but that's probably Discord not expecting what it's working with. We're going to try Skype here real quick. Okay, in Skype, for Skype, you click the three dots, go to Settings, then go to Audio Video, and then under Camera, of course, it doesn't show up at all. That's disappointing. So doing some testing with this in OBS Studio, there seems to be, of course, as expected, a slight delay coming from the camera to your audio in real time. However, the delay does not seem to be very significant. It actually seems totally fine and would be totally usable for a lot of sources. I am pretty annoyed that there's no audio coming in from the camera, so you can't like slap on a microphone and get audio that way. That will make the setup a little bit less convenient for a lot of people. And every once in a while, as I'm using this as a camera with USB 2.0, a camera with USB 3 will be much faster. But with my camera, I do get random like frame drops from time to time, and I am capped out at 30 frames per second. So would I recommend the Canon EOS utility beta to you for using with your stuff? Yes and no. Depending on which camera you have and its connection method and things like that, your experience will vary a little bit in terms of performance and quality. I think the quality from this is fine. It's passable, it's usable, it's an upgrade over webcams for sure, even if it's lower resolution than I would prefer. The problem comes in
يا شباب يا هلا والله
even after
دقيقة عيال
rebooting,
بس قاعد اسوي ايش؟
Discord doesn't seem to want to cooperate.
والله صراحة الكاميرا خميتها خليني اشوف الاعدادات انه اللي سوى امس والله ما كنت لا والله مو تعبان. يسلموا حبيبي، يا هلا والله. دقيقة عيال، قاعد اسوي بس الكاميرا. شباب لا لا لا، الكاميرا ما ادري ايش بامها نشبت. دقيقة عيال، عليكم اضبط جدة. اصبر. احنا كذا سوينا ايش مثلا هون؟ ما في مشكلة عندي. ايوه هلا والله يا شباب. يا عيال الشات لا يوقف. بدينا المسابقة. ايوه كذا مزبوط. طيب نشغل هذه. قولوا بسم الله، قولوا بسم الله. بسم الله. والله انها اشتغلت ورجعت دحين كفشت اني شغلتها. ايوه جوكر حبيبي. والله يا انها اشتغلت بس ما ادري سبون ما بطلت. دقيقة يا عيال، بعيد هذا. وعليكم السلام حبيبي.